just to preface this video, it ran over the 1 minute mark, which I knew would happen. So I will be dividing it into 1 minute sections and either making multiple posts within one day, or I will be making a mini series out of it and posting it probably once a day for about the next week. So stay tuned for that, and I will get it all up at some point in the near future. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Andrew Sherrick here. About 10 days ago I posted a video about sprouting some pear seeds, which I have in front of me, to grow into some trees to improve my whitetail habitat a little bit. And I've had a few questions about that, and now that my Colorado hunting season is over, I thought I'd give you guys a little rundown on what I'm doing here and then use my subpar video editing skills to try and throw something together. So I have these containers here in front of me. These are just lunch meat containers that I have been using to sprout these in. And then here's some that have sprouted. So I'm going to move the camera a little closer where I can talk about this a little more and show you guys a little more in detail what I am doing. Now that we have discussed the how to grow the pear trees, I will talk a little bit about the why and why it should be incorporated into your management plan for deer. There's a lot of different options for foods you can plant for deer, but one of the primary food sources is referred to as mast, and that can include hard or soft mast. So hard mast, you're looking at things like oak trees, chestnut trees, basically anything that produces a hard nut. A soft mast tree is going to be something that you will use for fruit, so apples, pears, persimmons, berries, stuff like that. So pear trees, the reason I am growing these are there's already a couple of them on the property and they produce great pears. So my plan is to start these seeds, and in a few years when they get big enough around, I will graft some wood off of the parent tree so it produces the same pears. The drop time is around the end of August or early September, shortly before Labor Day, so that will fill a nutritional gap in the food for the deer as well. It'll be a little bit before the time when those white oaks, bur oaks, stuff like that is going to start to drop, and so it will fill a pretty vital role for about a week there. The other advantage to them is it can be combined with some different trees. So say you're going to be looking for something to hunt opening weekend in Illinois, which falls over October 1st. That means that if you start planting these, they will get used to coming into them starting at the end of August, and then the food sources can be one right after the other up until that opening weekend and that first part of October, when you can begin supplementing their food with some later dropping oaks or some later dropping apples or pears that they will continue feeding on. But once they know that food source is there, they will continue going to that area until that food source is exhausted. So it's just kind of making sure you have that successional habitat throughout the year, and pears just play a great role in it. So we'll get some more of these sprouted, and then we will transplant them to the dirt, which I will document in a later video. And once they get to be seedling height, we'll put them in the ground, put some tree tubes on them, and in a few years we're going to have some great pear orchards. So stay tuned for that throughout the coming months, and I will get this put together and posted, and hopefully it's been helpful.